All right, on to Meg Whitman. Now, I have got the great luxury still as we close in on June, Jon, of having no candidate in this race. So far, nobody has made me fall in love with them yet. So when I hear about these endorsements, last week we had Peter Foy from Americans for Prosperity. They've endorsed Steve Poizner. This week, I hear you guys have stepped up for Meg Whitman. Dying to know why.
Well, we were just talking about global warming, and she was one of the first candidates for statewide office to call for a suspension of AB 32 on that issue. But as you know, for our organization, the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers Association, preservation of Proposition 13 and sound fiscal policy are our core issues. And she certainly made it clear to us that she was going to be a staunch defender of Proposition 13 in a way that we simply haven't heard from other candidates. And again, I think there are two good candidates here, but we just believe that Meg has the edge on good fiscal policy, both on the revenue side in terms of protecting Proposition 13, but it's also clear she has a roadmap for reducing state spending. When in our first meeting with her, I asked her a few questions about the California Performance Review, which was a very good document, unfortunately never implemented by Arnold Schwarzenegger, talking about blowing up the boxes and reducing government spending. And she said she had read it twice, and I found that a little hard to believe because it's like a 3-volume set. So I started asking her some pointed questions, and it was clear to me she had read it twice, and she's got some very specific ideas on reducing government waste, and really has taken what could be a politically unpopular position by saying she would terminate 40,000 state employees or reduce the bureaucracy by that number over the short term. So that is that certainly heartened us, and I think another motivating factor, Inga, is you judge your allies by how much your enemies don't like them, and right now the unions are engaged in a massive independent expenditure against Meg Whitman because I think they perceive what we perceive, and that is she will stand up for a good business climate, and she will stand up for wise public spending and more rational policies when it comes to government employment.
Okay, so it's not against Steve Poizner; it's for Meg Whitman. Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Now, I do have to say, I do think Steve has recognized that some of his policies in the past were not in the taxpayers' best interest. As some people may recall, he was calling, I think 5 or 6 years ago, for a reduction in the 2/3 vote for school bonds and I believe for partial taxes. So he had come out fairly strong against the 2/3 vote, and of course for us that is a core issue. Now he has since said that was in error. It was a mistake, and I'll take him at his word. But obviously with Meg, we don't have that concern.
Right. And I take her at her word that she spoke too soon on people like Van Jones. When I interviewed her, she said, she admitted that was a pretty colossal mistake on her part as well. And these are the things I guess we all have to live like we're running for office. I used to think I had to live like Jesus was watching me all the time, but I have to switch to living like you're running for office because everything comes out of your mouth is going to come back on you someday if you actually do.
Right.
So, and that's a case in point. Well, look, I think we've got some good choices. I can't say that I'm madly in love with either of the candidates that I have to choose from, but I can say that's true about a couple of different races. But I would not be disappointed in a Meg Whitman governorship. Is that the right term? And
we hardly agree. And remember, the 3 scariest words in the California lexicon right now is Governor Jerry Brown. And
yes.
Right now, she's head-to-head in a Democrat state. The Rasmussen poll has it 43-43, Meg even with him. And that, I'll tell you, we can have the best candidate in the world, and what good is that if they can't win? We need someone who is right on the policies, which Meg is, and who has demonstrated the ability to do what it takes to win.
Yeah, and I just need her to flesh it out a little bit more. I'd like to see her more I'd love to see her in a debate or even in a question and answer period. I've heard her in those with people who are in the know, you guys or Republicans, but I'd love to hear her talking to taxpayers in a forum that we could all chew the meat and spit out the bones for ourselves. So I hope she does that more so we can get to know her a little bit better.
I think so, and she will be doing debates in the short term. My understanding is that they've decided not to do the debate at the convention,
CRP,
but
yeah.
shortly thereafter. I think she will do very well because I've seen her in that kind of setting, and she's very articulate and she knows her stuff. So I think she'll do very well.
That will be comforting to me.
Yep.
Well, listen, Jon Coupal, your endorsement is a big one. You're a very important one, and not to blow smoke up here or anything. I don't want to get you all excited about how important you are, but it's a pretty big thing to get the Howard Jarvis Taxpayers. So I congratulate you on coming forward and removing all doubt and letting us know where you stand, and I'm sure that Meg Whitman is thrilled as well, and I thank you for coming on today and giving us your reasons.
You're very welcome, Inga.
Right.
Take care.
We'll talk to you soon.